Fakakta Comedy Funhouse Network.
Yes, welcome all my friends to the show Couch Pilots, where we dare to fly into the unknown territory of awful television pilots of the past. My name is Jason, a.k.a. your Black Billy Goat, and across from me is the Baba Black Sheep himself. His name is Captain Philip Ressicher. Baba, Captain.
How are you, buddy?
What the fuck is that?
As a goat.
What you just did?
I'm the black sheep.
What?
Have you any wool? Yes, sir. No, sir. Two hands full.
Okay, I'm completely flustered. That's what you're supposed to do if you're getting like mugged or like there's a psychopath coming at you. You're supposed to do something like completely out of left field, and that's what you did to me. You've completely flustered me.
Well, here's the thing. I've noticed that you're starting to incorporate me into your introduction of yourself, and so I was like, well, then I've got to keep carrying it on by going, how's it go?
But see, I don't know what that is. What you just did, I don't know what that means.
It's a black sheep.
I don't think so, man. I don't think that is it.
What's a black sheep sound like? Oh, shit, motherfucker.
Now that is a black sheep. Nice. Okay. I get you. We're cool now.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, you're creative, and so I try to be as creative as you, bouncing off of you.
It sticks to me.
Like rubber.
Bounces off of you and sticks to me.
Like crabs.
I write a little thing about my nickname, which is the same every week, of course. And then I don't even write yours. It just I say it
really
afterwards.
That was improv?
I'm all improv.
Oh, well, Adam Z, watch out, buddy.
We love Adam Z.
Take that.
Oh, what was that?
What was that?
What was that noise?
Something scared me.
It's a guy. It's a guy we know. It's a guy we love. It's the founder and bringer of us to the second Pacheco machine. It's Big E. Welcome back to the show.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
What's
buddy.
going on, buddy?
Hey, bro.
You could have said, you could get with this or you could get with that. Then you'd be a black sheep.
That's true. All right. Hit it from all sides.
That's a little callback.
That's a little deep rap cut for me.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I don't go too deep in the
Used
rap
to
cut.
be a little intro on another show that we did a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
It's for, what was it for Would You Rather, right?
Yep.
This or that?
This or that. This or that. That was
Big
fun.
E is probably our biggest fan.
Yeah.
One of our biggest fans.
Literally or figuratively?
Both.
Yeah.
The other night the other day, we had a Couch Pilots party for my son.
Right.
And Big E came, and I was in the house, and somebody said, my brother said something about, you sure do have a mouth on you, because I said something smart-assy to him, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, when Big E is around me, I fucking mouth off to everybody. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, when Big E's in the house, literally, right?
Yeah.
Because he's in the house.
Yeah, he's in the house.
In the house.
There's no rules, right? He's the former bodyguard for IBWIP, right?
Yep, right.
And just the current existing badass. Just because IBWIP ended doesn't mean Big E disappears.
That's right.
Right.
He's still in the
It's
world.
not a character. It's a real person.
Yeah. He's out there protecting people.
Yeah.
Like you when you smart off to your brother.
Yes.
Right.
My son was in the pool playing with your brother, and your brother's like, I don't know what to do with him.
Well, because
His dad's way bigger than me.
I told him 2 or 3 times. I said, you need to, you can throw Eli everywhere you want. I said, just take it easy on the visitors.
He's a real prick, your brother. As I was being told, hey, it's like you got a story I heard about something that happened with a dog, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, don't even tell me the fucking story then. And then he started getting shitty with me.
Yeah.
Is he a guy that he would get into fisticuffs? Is he a fighter?
I don't think so. Not at all. I've never seen him get in a fist fight.
Okay.
Just punching Blake in the stomach on his birthday.
Yeah. No, he'll beat my ass, but he won't. He won't.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's a security guard, isn't he? Though.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess so.
He's got a can of mace and a baton.
A baton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a blackjack.
We're getting ready to take a flight. It's Monday.
Yeah.
There's thousands of people all over the world. They're like, ooh, it's Monday. Let's do this.
Yep.
Now, last week you're like, there's only 7 people that listen. Did something happen recently? Now we have thousands of listeners?
Yeah.
Not thousands, but we moved up a little bit.
Okay.
I do want to say, since you brought that up.
Okay.
So Big E was like, hey, I shared the show on this podcast group that I'm in.
Right. I heard about this.
Yeah, he told me that evening. He told me in the...
Yeah. I told you Saturday.
Yeah, he told me Saturday. I was like, when did you do this? He's like, oh, Thursday. And I'm like, oh, that's the day that we got like 200 downloads.
Boom. Look at that.
And so I'm like, you know what? Get your ass on the plane this next coming recording session.
Yeah.
I mean, I whatever the pachinko machine says, I don't care.
It kept pace with what he
Sure,
did.
right, exactly.
But here's the thing: we always tell people, word of mouth, telling people about the show is the biggest help. And goddamn it,
Thank
Big
you.
E, you're welcome. Big E did exactly that by telling someone, and boom, a new light shed upon Couch Pilots.
Sure.
So if any of the Sofa King people are still listening, thanks, because it helped out.
The Sofa King podcast.
Sofa King
That's
podcast.
right.
We got some subscribers out of it.
Sweet.
Boy, yeah. And all those subscribers and so many more are invited this October to CouchCon, the first CouchCon.
Yes.
We announced it last year,
excited.
and we've been building up to it. We've been adding different performers and speakers and events and workshops and all these great things you can do. It's middle of October. The tickets went for sale between Christmas and New Year's. They sold out immediately.
Absolutely.
We had some VIP packages left. Those are almost gone, I believe.
Almost.
Yeah. So we're totally excited. We want to talk a little bit about it now.
Sure. We have Lori Garcia,
First Lady at
First Lady at Couch
Yeah.
Pilots. She's going to do a seminar on fan feedback because she's one of the best at it.
Absolutely.
We've talked about having Big Dick T do like an IT, like how to subscribe, because
Big Dick
obviously-
IT.
Big Dick IT. Big Dig It.
Big Dick it. He's going to do a techie kind of seminar.
You got Down syndrome John, who's our tarmac worker that we've talked about so many times over the years. DSJ is going to be doing a seminar himself, right?
Sure. We were hoping to get that movie. His movie was going. We were wanting to
Premiere
screen
it,
it.
yeah.
But I don't think it's going to go through yet. It's not going to be through editing yet.
It was
There's
going to be
of
the first feature film filmed entirely on an Android phone.
Right.
Oh.
And it's there's a lot of CGI, and so that takes
so
time.
much, yeah.
There's so much
We-
CGI
it's-
because they're going to make him look like Tom Cruise.
And you can't underestimate the amount of money it costs to buy those little styrofoam balls you put on a green suit. It adds up so fast.
Is Sully still relevant?
Sully Sullenberger?
Yeah. Think he'll be there?
Yeah, he might be there. Yeah, he was going to be the greeter at the door like at Walmart because he's so
okay.
old and
Yeah.
he's going to
buggy.
He's going to rip tickets,
Sure.
right? So
Yeah, and of course, we were going to do a special live show at CouchCon. Sorry. So there's so much going on, but we were talking to Big E, and we're like, hey, we've got a seminar block, so to speak. And there was going to be merchandise. There was going to be
sure.
That's another thing I want to talk about. There was going to be merchandise. We had it all lined
past
up.
tense.
Past tense.
Merchandising.
This is news to me.
merchandising.
Right. But I was like, Big E, you went to the depths of the ocean.
Yes.
And found the third pachinko machine.
Right.
Yep.
Why don't you do a seminar? Because he took photos and videos. I mean, he documented every part of this.
He's gonna be-
Chronologically.
Big E is what he's going to be doing is he went to the bottom of the North Atlantic. Where it was the pachinko machine is the machine here, of course, the Couch Pilots that calculates everything, numbers wise, downloads, everything. We can't do it ourselves. We need something greater. It's a 7,000-pound non-electrical machine. It keeps track of all of our frequent flyers, all of their points, and there are only a handful out there. We've got one. There's one in Holiday World, Indiana, and there was one being transported in the North Atlantic in the Titanic.
Right, and it sank.
It
so
sank.
It's been sitting there.
Yeah, and so Jim Cameron, famed film director of Avatar and oddly enough, Titanic. That's right. Was in a heads-to-heads arms race almost against Big E, trying to get this.
It was
thing.
like the U.S. and Russia.
Exactly. When the hockey teams, right, at the Olympics.
I was going to
Yeah.
say the Cold War,
Oh, that's good too.
but the hockey makes more sense because there was iceberg.
Oh, Big E comes out of the ocean with the pachinko machine.
Just breaking,
Yeah.
breaking the crest of the.
Yeah, he's got it rope in hand.
Visual.
And he's completely restored it. He's brought it to us. We now have 2 machines working in tandem. And thank God Biggie had a GoPro strapped to his nutsack the whole time because he's got a 20-minute documentary that he's going to be hosting and taking questions at.
Right, there's definitely going to be a Q&A after.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You want to talk about your experiences, behind-the-scenes stuff,
everything.
director's cut.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be awesome. We're really looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
I think
I'm gonna address the fact that there is not a fourth pachinko machine.
yeah, because we've been
There's
getting
not. I've got the book, and I got it. It's handed straight down to me from the Chinese lady's family.
Right.
and there's only
There's
3.
only 3. This fourth one is
Because we've been getting
an
some phone
imposter.
calls from what we think is the 4th pachinko machine.
Right.
Imposter. Possible.
Pachinko machine.
And it said that it was in a room full of Chinese artifacts.
So you're saying, based off of your research, that this is not a pachinko machine, that this is some kind of imposter? Maybe it could possibly be like a scam.
A scam.
It's like,
Or it could be a Plinko machine from The Price is Right.
like, it could be that.
Oh.
A lot of times you walk up and down the street and say, "Hey, you want this Gucci handbag? It's $25." Like, that can't be $25. It's $25,000. I say, "No, this is a ripoff. It could be a fake
a rouge.
pachinko
It's a
machine."
rouge.
It's a rouge. Okay.
Now, a rouge is usually
a
something.
color that you put on your eye, above your eyebrows.
Color me bad.
Color me bad.
I wish I knew I want to sex you up. Thanks, buddy. That was awesome.
Anyway, you had said that. Now, what had happened to the merchandising for CouchCon? We had T-shirts, we had koozies, we had even those pens where I'm wearing clothes and you lift it upside down and my clothes come off.
Right. Well,
Are you going to get a bunch of those things that people are sticking to the back of their phones now?
no, those are stupid.
What are those called?
I forgot.
Socket? Pocket socket?
Yeah,
something
they're
like
like $25.
What the hell?
What
are
is
they
it for?
used
Just to put your finger in there to hold it?
Well, there are some to put the finger in, but there's also some that you just pull out, and that way you can like put it between your fingers, or you can set it on the table.
I don't want that.
Stephanie Clark has
yeah.
one of those.
Oh, if she's got it, then it's good.
Kevin's
enough for
all
me.
about it.
Right.
Now, a pocket socket almost sounds like something you're going to have sex with,
Yes.
doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Because a socket is usually is a hole, and then you pocket rocket is like you have right.
It's a hole.
Yeah, so it's like it almost sounds like something sexual to me.
Well, we've thought about making Couch Pilots dildos.
Ooh.
But the overhead was just. I mean, we wouldn't make our money back.
They look like little Air Force Ones.
Well, whose form would we use? Yours or
Well, you'd have
the black magnet.
extra medium from me, and then you'd have triple XL with Blake, so the ladies could pick their pocket socket poison. I guess.
And they
if
glow in
they
the dark.
want. You never lose them. They float.
Yeah,
They're
they
fireproof. They're
definitely-
made of pure asbestos.
Oh Jesus.
So, but no, you guys look at me like that. But asbestos is only dangerous if you breathe it in.
Right.
But you're not. There's no
You just
breathing
shove it in
down
your
there.
pussy, it's fine.
Yeah. If you're getting off on it, it's cool.
So merchandise wise, and we'll do this one instead of the fan feedback segment. Well, we're going to do fan feedback segment, but so our good buddy Kevin Clark from Let's Try This podcast, one night he was like, "Hey guys, let's make this happen," and he had these T-shirts that say "You know what to do to" on them.
yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, somebody already has these made because there's a guy wearing it." Right?
Yeah.
I was like, "There's a guy wearing
No.
it. Somebody's already made it." And he's like, "Hey, I got this coupon." And he's like, "I'm going to order Steph this shirt." It probably says, "My gorgeous wife," or something like that.
Or a nice pocket socket, honey.
nice pocket socket honey, or something like that. Or you love the wiener because they have a dash hound.
Yeah.
Something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely.
God, come on, guys.
What are you talking? Wait.
And he's like, "Hey, what are your guys' sizes?"
And I thought he meant penis size because he was wanting to make an asbestos glow in the
medium,
dark
double
floatable
XL.
dildo for couch pilots.
Because Kevin has taken the job of being our merch guy.
Yeah.
Like he's in merch development. He's not going to sell it behind
R&D, research and development, yeah.
He's definitely our R&D guy. He knows all about nuts, and all about bolts. Why not do all about merch, right?
Sure.
So we were like, these are super cool. And, of course, me being the way I am, I was like, hey, can you do this or kind of move this? And
Yeah, he was a goodwill gesture, and then you definitely looked a gift horse directly into the mouth and pointed out all of that gift horse's cavities.
So he ordered these shirts, and he ordered $3,000. We started with $3,000.
That's the base price. You get the best deal.
Right, that's the best deal. And I was like, don't worry, we can turn these $3,000 over.
Right, yeah.
If everybody that listens to us orders 7.
Yeah.
we should be able to sell these.
I mean, at home, I only have 7 shirts. So if I bought 7 shirts from Couch Pilots, I'd be set for life, baby.
Yeah.
7 minutes of heaven.
Keep them in rotation.
So he's like, I'll put the order in. The next day,
Yeah.
the company called him, and they would not print out the shirts for copyright reasons because there's a red square at the end that says tube.
Yeah.
And so that really, I mean, so then he got a hold of me, and he's like, Blake, we're going to get our koozies from them. We're going to get our shirts from them. We're going to get the dildos from them.
Yeah.
By the way, you guys still have to do your casts for them, And I was like,
I practice every night.
make a cast of your dick?
Well, getting it ready.
Oh, getting it ready. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this company. We're not going to use them.
Yeah.
So now we got to start from square one. But we were so close to having the 3,000 shirts.
I think it's still going to happen. I think we're still going to make it. I'm so glad he's in charge of that. I only heard the first part. I didn't realize they canceled on him. So this is fantastic.
They
I'm
called
not
him on the
deterred.
phone. They didn't send him an email. They called him on the phone and said, we cannot
do
produce
that.
these.
They took it that seriously, huh? Where they had to talk to
But
him
the
personally.
YouTube is a red thing with the play button in it.
Yeah, that's all it was. No, this was just the word tube.
Yeah, I know.
The word tube in white around a
Well,
red
how's
box.
RedTube get away with it?
They obviously don't make shirts.
Or YouPorn?
They
I
obviously-
don't know what those things are.
They obviously don't make shirts, but it's just the word tube in a red
They
box.
don't even do that anymore.
You know what to do, too? I told you it would take the nation by storm, didn't I?
did.
Okay, let's dig in. That's enough of CouchCon.
Yeah.
Little something to wet your whistle. Go out there to our website, check it out, sign up, get the VIP pass at the backstage. You'll get full access to everything.
Sure.
And I the shirts aren't ready, but I guarantee they will be by then, and you will get a shirt.
Kevin's never let us down before, so he's going to get things taken care of.
Let's go ahead and dig into
He's
some
never
fan
going to
feedback.
give us up. He's never going to let us down.
Nice.
I'd vote for him.
Never gonna give you up. We got from Facebook. We got a message on Facebook from Louis John C. Bolaran.
Louis John C. Bolaran?
Louis John C. Bolaran.
I get
That's a lot. Okay.
around.
Do you think these people want their name? Like, I don't care, but do you think they want their names like fully read?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Louis J.K.
Okay.
Louis.
Just kidding.
Louis J.K.
Okay.
No, Louis J.C.
Louis J.C.K. Rowling?
Yeah, K.K. Rowling.
All right.
So, and this was like a message, like a Facebook message
Yeah. I want to take your word for it.
on our Couch Pilots. You can message us directly on Couch Pilots.
for sure.
But the problem is for some reason it's broke, and so I only could get part of it. But he said, love the show, Ghostwriters. I watched it on YouTube, and then he complimented us a couple times. I said, awesome. Did you dig the show? P.S. You just got yourself 100 frequent flyer points for messaging us.
Nice.
And there was more conversation, but it wouldn't show up on my.
Was it sexy talk?
I don't know if it was sexy talk.
Was it a dick pic?
No, but to be honest with you, he's wearing a Bulls Jordan jersey.
Oh, he's okay in my book.
Yeah, let's watch it. So
Thank you, J.K. Say Boy Raleigh.
Yeah.
Louis J.C.
Louis J.C. Thank you very much.
Love you, buddy.
Glad you're a frequent flyer.
On Instagram, we posted our season 9 episode for not another high school show,
Wow, what a piece of shit that was.
and Jeb Simpson, aka
Love
Soap
Jeb.
Man,
A.K. hashtag butt puff.
Soap Man,
Yeah, that's him.
Soap Man, clean that day. He says, "Great
Can I
show,
get a bomb?
great show, fellas." Hashtag butt puff.
Butt puff.
That's his moniker now, I think.
Right. And so then just, another Facebook one, I posted a picture of Finn Balor with his head busted open.
This is a professional wrestler.
Correct.
Okay.
And I said, this is what happens if you don't like Couch Pilot.
Oh, shit.
Just a little fun thing, right?
Okay, I'm scared of my boots.
So then Dee Dee, our head of the Australian correspondence building, sent me this picture with a bunch of staples in the forehead. And I was like, oh my fucking God, ouch.
OMFG.
What the hell happened? Because I thought maybe she got injured.
Is that her?
Defending our great.
It's actually my mother-in-law. She fell over getting out of the bath, needed 17 staples in her head, and she shattered her shoulder bone and needed a replacement. Also needed 30 stitches in her leg. She's 80 years old and did this 2 weeks ago.
Holy smokes.
I was like, whoa, those are some staples in the head. And so,
Lord.
because I was worried, I was like, I was like, as soon as I saw the picture, I was like, DSJ, gas up this plane. We got to get our asses over to Australia, because we cannot let one of our founding feedbackers,
right,
be injured like this. I was so scared, but it was her mother-in-law, and
I hope she's on the mend. That sounds awful.
She seemed to be fine with it. That one's from my son, so that's not that. We'll do a couple more here. We have so many, we're gonna have to split it up.
Is there any from my dad in there?
No, your dad doesn't like me.
I'd sure like to hear from him.
I know. Me too. This is from Mrs. Simpson, Mrs. Beth.
It's Christy, right?
Bubba butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christy the Bath babe.
Bath baby.
Baby.
Bath Babam.
She's pretty. She's very pretty.
Some would say
And
she's smoking.
she used to be a punk rocker. So I'd like to see her in her punk rock outfit. Anyway, it says, Blake Clayton, that's me. There are a couple of parts that made me laugh. However, I'm thinking you might just be watching your most modern episode of Couch Pilots. She sent me a link to the Orville.
That's a new show with Seth MacFarlane that's coming out, right?
Right, because she said this is going to be your guys' next pilot that you do.
I bet they've already made a handful of those.
Well, I went on IMDb, and they have made over 10 episodes.
Okay.
And I was like, and they're scheduled through October and November.
So they got
Sorry, Mrs. Butt
somebody
Puff.
picked it up.
Yeah, sorry, Mrs. Butt Puff. And
Pef.
you know what I'm trying to say.
Puff.
And so, but they're like, it was so bad, we might see.
Is it out of it? You can see it.
Well, it says here that the pilot is due out in September 10th, but she says she's already seen it.
I think it's like
She saw the trailer. She saw the trailer.
When I looked at IMDb, it said like action drama. It didn't even say like comedy, which I thought Seth MacFarlane is going to be. I don't know.
And they were at Comic-Con, so I mean, if they're going to invest the time to go to Comic-Con,
They're going to put 10 episodes.
they're going to put 10 episodes out. But thank you very much.
Thank you for looking at it. Yeah, that
Mrs.
means a lot.
Babada. Finally, we'll just do. Oh, there's so many of them.
Is there now? You said there was or was not one for my dad.
No, there's not.
When do you think he'll reach out to me?
Is there any from your dad?
Oh no,
You guys just going to ignore me?
I'm
I'm not going to go away.
girl, don't go away, man.
Okay, I'll stop talking. about it.
Just go away.
You need to reach out to him.
Songs.
Yeah,
Reach out and touch someone.
your dad's balls. What I've noticed about my father, even now, after he's
You got to play hard to get.
is he will not respond to you.
Uh-oh.
The asshole assassin.
Wait, hold on. What if we do this thing where I contact your dad and then you contact my dad?
Okay, we'll do it.
Okay. High five it.
I really screwed up when I did the screenshot to this. I do believe it was Tyler,
Okay.
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Sure. I like girls who wear.
Right. And he posted a picture. It said possible photo of Captain Reschisher before the operation or the material queen of BJ's. And we had talked about how I would look
How you went nut to nut with the bowl?
on Wall Street. And,
Can we post that somewhere?
it was on our. It's on,
Nice.
yeah.
Check
so
out our Facebook
he
for that
went
shit.
sky-
I look
skydiving.
good. I don't. Have you guys seen my legs here? I look good.
He went Rocky Mountain climbing.
Yes, he did. And Dee Dee sent us another link. These 6 TV shows that were canceled after one single episode. On the picture,
You've got to let me know.
Jackie Gleason,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, looks like him, yeah. I'll have to check that out for sure.
Finally,
Forward that link to me.
the last one for this episode. So much fan feedback that we've had to really.
Wow.
Our friend Dustin from Drunken Lullabies.
There he is. Oh, yeah, I remember this.
He was at the airport in Texas, and he shows a picture of him with his hat on backwards, which I really wish he wouldn't do.
Funky Fresh.
Funky Fresh, I am.
Footloose.
And he's showing his iPhone, and it shows the Couch Pilots logo like he's listening to it on iTunes.
Hell yeah, he is.
And it says, "My flight was delayed. This wouldn't happen if I was on a flight with Couch Pilots." Amen to that.
And that's something that we don't really talk about, but we are very punctual.
Sure.
And when I tell you CouchCon is going to be
We're very punctual, both of us.
as a team, like
as a team,
like you're early and I'm late, but like if you round
on
it
time.
out, yeah, that's right.
Right.
So there's
Awesome.
there's you putting me in my place.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captains have turned on the fasten seatbelt sign.
TV. We all watch it all day, every day, but what do we really know? Lights, sounds, remote, power cord, Tom Selleck, rectangle shape.
Reset.
And here's what you don't know. Executive producer, Eastern Standard Time, Tom Selleck, and some shows only have one episode.
Ooh.
Now's we bouts to talk about it, right?
Now's we ride the bounce.
Now's we bouts to talk about it.
All right, let's do it, right?
Bounce with me.
Let's do it.
That's we are what that thing just said. That is the show, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what we do?
You sounded like the unintelligible girl I watched on Intervention today.
I don't know what that is. Today we discussed the pilot episode of Driving Miss Daisy from the year of our Lord 1992. I can tell you without a doubt, great year.
Awesome year.
Why do you think it was a good year?
Because it was a good year for the Roses.
The Roasters?
Multiple sclerosis?
It was a good year to have multiple sclerosis.
Is that the year they found the cure?
Was that a good year for Kenny Rogers Roasters?
It was good. It was a good year for Kenny Rogers multiple sclerosis. Just like a podcast we were talking about earlier. You have a new show, it changes into something over time. So did multiple sclerosis. You really want the early multiple sclerosis because that was the easiest to tackle.
Yeah.
And when it first reared its ugly, debilitating head in '92, that's when you want it because that's when you get rid of it. Now you can't get rid of it.
Right.
It turns into scleroderma.
You get rickrolled with that one.
No doubt. I was 11 years old in 1992, and you guys, I assume, were much older.
Yep.
I was 16 and 17.
Yeah.
I would have been almost 18.
Yeah. What do you think about those ages?
I was getting pussy.
Yeah.
That's all I remember from
I was not getting pussy.
I was humping a pillow probably at 11, right?
How was that?
I mean, it depends on the kind of pillow you had. Back then, there's a lot of corduroy pillows.
They didn't have body pillows back there, but body pillows.
You have those body pillows like Asian guys have with cartoon characters on them?
Huh.
You never? You act like you haven't heard that.
No, I've never seen those.
There are.
I don't know anything about Asian guys. But I will tell you about a video that I watched today.
I could pass probably on that.
I think I actually, a little behind the curtain, I went to rehab that year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
High five it.
I said, no. Yes, I did go. It was my sophomore year of high school.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
For what? Can you talk about that or not?
Alcohol and marijuana.
All right, nothing. You're
Yeah,
fine.
it was
You're
nothing,
fine.
exactly.
What the fuck, man?
Why'd your mom waste her money?
Yeah, but here, you got this awesome Caterpillar insurance still. Let's use it.
Right.
Someone better go to rehab, right?
Yeah. That's what happened. She's
if somebody doesn't,
you got a problem. I'm like, yeah, I guess I got a problem. Let's go on vacation. I got fat. That's all I did.
Really?
Oh, God, the hospital food, dude, no exercise. I went from like 175 to 199 in like 30 days.
Wow.
Good Lord, man.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You know what's good for that? Smoking weed.
Yeah, smoking weed.
Speaking of smoking weed, I like to go back to 1992 in my mind. Do I want to go back there do I want to be 11 again? No, thank you, sir.
No.
Just my mind.
I want to go back to 1992 as a 17-year-old because
All the poontang?
Angie Vecco.
Stop mentioning her. She's a whore, I heard. From your mom say it directly to me.
She's a whore.
But whores aside,
To both sides.
horse to the left and or right of me. I want to go back in my mind to that year, 1992, because we watched this pilot from that time frame, and I can't watch it today in 2017 and properly digest it and rate it and combustionalize it, which is a word.
Sure.
I have to go back to that year to get that mindset. So 1992, we're going to talk about a few things that happened in that year to put us there. TWA, this really hits close to home, declares bankruptcy. The Trans World Airlines, founded by Howard Hughes, folded later in 2001. But they declared bankruptcy in 92. TWA, can you imagine?
A whole company.
Yeah, can you imagine couch pilots declaring bankruptcy?
It will never happen.
Nope.
It really, doesn't that hit close to you?
It does. It freaks me out. There are times when I look at our numbers and I'm like, we're on the verge of bankruptcy.
Right.
But then people like Big E come in and give me a glimmer of hope.
Right. That's all we need. Just a little glimmer.
Just a
every once in
glimmer.
a while. It's a little glimmer, man.
Howard Hughes, right? He was like a rich dude.
And he was crazy.
Yeah.
Really?
Both, yes, rich and crazy. He was
He's
he was
the
a
aviator.
recluse, and he finally, at the end of his life, he spent his whole life in this hotel room.
But it was probably a pretty nice hotel room, I'd imagine.
Yeah, but it was like he was like trails to get to him. He was crazy.
Trails?
You know, like hoarders, like
he's a
hoarder
hoarder.
shit. Yeah,
Did you say horse shit?
hoarder shit.
I was like, I don't know if I was a hotel manager would put up with a bunch of horse shit trails in my hotel rooms.
Bankrupt.
That's it.
Thousands of planes all over the country, all over the world.
It's now TWA is still not a thing, right?
No, they folded in 2001. They're gone. McDonald's opens its first restaurant in Beijing, China.
Shinhua, yeah.
That would be nice. Do you think that it tastes the same as it does here in America?
Highly doubt it.
I would say I doubt it too.
Because they don't even have the same menu.
Oh, they don't.
They have like similar things, but they have other stuff on their menu.
Well,
I
it's
don't.
kinda
You'll
like-
have to look it up because I don't remember.
You know, Liz Taylor used to say, it doesn't matter who you are. If I drink a Coca-Cola and you drink a Coca-Cola, it tastes the same. We're tasting the same thing.
Absolutely
And
not.
Well, why is that? Why do you say that?
Coke in Mexico don't taste the same as Coke in
Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting to. Is
America.
I heard you go to Atlanta, Georgia, where the Coke headquarters are, and you can drink Cokes from around the world. The Mexican Coke is my favorite because it's
Yeah.
the real sugar. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But yeah, it tastes different from around the world, so they appropriate those things. So what would the Chinese McDonald's taste like?
I can't even pronounce some of this stuff, but it's nothing like what.
Are you looking it up right now?
Yeah, there's a
Okay.
a McVeggie.
Is there like a seaweed bun?
Yeah, there's a seaweed bun.
Yeah.
It's really weird
That
stuff.
sounds awesome. I would love to eat all of that. And I think they have a famous black burger over there, right? Where they
Ooh, that's racist.
Yeah. I think the Chinese people are far from racist. They love black people because
Really?
they don't see them. So when you see, if you're a
Why
black
don't they
man,
see 'em?
Because of the spectrum of their squinted eyes.
Oh,
It's not a rod and cone.
It's just right outside of the
It's-
spectrum of their eyes.
That's right. They can't see the colors. It's not rods and cones. It's rhombuses and cones. There, it really.
Sorry, that one got me.
If you're a black man, you're like the predator in China. You can just roam freely, and all they can feel is your heat. McDonald's.
They don't even see the white of your eyes.
I wish I was black in China.
I think that was a porno
It was a porno.
starring
Starring the late
WWE
great Joey
late-
Lawler. Black in China.
Jesus.
Popular television of that year. Are you ready for this? This is going to blow your mind. Law and Order.
Yeah.
Not SVU, not
No,
Criminal
just the regular.
Intent, not Cyber Attack or Special. This is the OG.
G.
This is the one that said there's law and there's order.
Is this the one with Richard Belzer?
Rocking the bells from day one, probably.
Richard
Yeah.
Belzer?
Hell yeah.
what's the LA Law?
No, that was Corbin Burnson. I
Okay,
believe.
that's right from Major League.
Right, exactly right. Have you ever seen Major League?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I have.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have?
Is that one movie?
One of
I've seen
them.
Major League
awesome.
and Major League 2.
Electric Boogaloo. America's Funniest Home Videos with Bob Saget.
Yes.
Home Improvement. That show fucking sucked, right?
Heidi Ho,
bad.
neighbor? Or whatever
can't
it was.
believe-
Heidi Ho, or whatever
He's
he
got
said.
he's got another show he does now where he's like him and his dad own a like
Last Man Standing.
yeah, and it's been on for like a long
Why?
time.
I think it just got canceled.
did it.
Yeah.
Hey
he's-
Chris.
lot of shows
Hey,
that just got
hey. By the way, Chris Hardwick. Fuck you.
Okay. Let's throw that in there.
The
Was he executive producer on Home Improvement? Is that why?
No. At Midnight finally got canceled, and fuck
Oh,
you, Chris Hardwick.
okay, well.
Two
your
Broke
wi-
Girls finally got canceled.
Your
too.
wife's gonna have to give you some money, you bitch.
Biatch.
Rugrats. You remember that cartoon?
Loved it. Loved Rugrats.
Girl who voiced Chucky died. You know that?
Oh, R.I.P.
She
Chucky.
died a while ago. Christine Cavanaugh. She's a great voice actor. She's dead.
Huh.
I think she killed herself. And the Jerry Springer Show.
Oh, is that when it debuted?
That was probably before it got really stupid real quick.
Was there ever a time that it wasn't stupid?
I don't think it was to the point where like they were letting people fight them.
I think there was a time when it wasn't so scripted.
right, and Steve didn't have to come on stage
Right.
every 7 minutes.
The
to break
mighty
up.
Steve Wilkos.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, this whole segment, my eyes have been closed. I'm opening it back up, and I swear to God, I'm in 92.
I
I
am
feel
too.
like it. I feel I can see Angie Vecco's pussy right now.
Jesus. Good God. I always throw it to Blake at this part, but I'm going to go to the guest as I usually do. Biggie, why did we choose to watch Driving Miss
3
Daisy?
simple criteria.
All right.
It had to be available for us to get.
You bet.
It's only been aired once or never aired. It's just a pilot. and it was free.
That's pretty close.
$3.99.
One made.
One made.
Right.
But never.
Yeah.
But they can be aired. It's like this one.
It can or cannot be aired.
Right.
Either way. But there's only one episode ever made.
And free 99.
And that's it. Free 99. Those are the three. And then you got to say, great. I'm so excited. I'm half chubbing it. I want to go to full mass, right?
Yeah, full.
How do I watch this? Where do I watch this? Well, you can find the entire episode of Driving Miss Daisy by subscribing to Couch Pilots in iTunes or your favorite podcast app of choice. And then just simply click on one of our classically blue links right in our show notes, or go to YouTube. And that's what you do, too.
That's what it's done to me.
My brother
That's
said
what it's
that.
done to me, dude.
That's-
me.
That's what she did to me.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Remember when my brother said that? That's what you do, too?
That's what you do, too?
He wasn't right.
No.
There's DSJ. Glow. I like it in the evening, like when he's doing the cones, and they kind of trail.
Sure.
And you
There's,
kinda,
there's a trailer to it. And the first time it happened, because we usually go out early before sunset. Mm-hmm. But if it's getting later in the year,
Yeah.
it's getting darker sooner. Sorry. I had to run to the back of the plane and back. But the first time we saw it like that, like with those tracers,
It was terrifying.
I thought I was on LSD.
Yeah,
I was
and
like,
I actually was on LSD.
and you got it up.
Yeah. And then you did everything in the middle.
Whew, thank God you got it back down.
I saw one of the memes on Facebook the other day of somebody.
Now, is that an In Living Color character?
No meme. One of those memes
I'm
on
sorry.
Facebook where this guy, it said, "When you love your job a little too much," and it was DSJ.
Was it?
Oh.
Yeah, out there doing his dancing with his
Man, if
cones.
you would have screenshotted that and posted it on Couch Pilots, you would have got 7 million frequent flyer
Good
points.
Lord.
I thought about it.
Summary the pilot.
I'm getting better. I'm actually sharing the show.
I know.
now, instead of just
Out
liking
of
it.
guilt.
That's good. That's good. If
I've
we can
guilted him. I've guilted him into it.
if we can guilt our frequent flyers into sharing, that'd be wonderful. This is based on the Pulitzer Prize-winning stage play and multi-Academy Award-winning film. That's a shit summary right
Yeah,
there.
no,
That's a
it
shit
didn't
summary.
really explain what I saw.
All it did was tell you the origin story
Yeah.
of the pilot. It didn't tell you anything about the pilot. It just was the origin story of where the
Biggie
pilot.
just told us the criteria.
Yeah.
One and done. We know this didn't make it. We
Nope.
know this isn't. It's probably not that good.
It's
And they're-
not gonna make it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love the President of the United States of America.
ain't gonna make it. It's not gonna make it.
On the show.
All this summary is doing is saying, hey, look at all this great stuff. Everything tangentially associated with this pilot is done. Us? No, we didn't do anything good. Everything else associated with it, yeah, they did good stuff. But that doesn't tell me what the show's about. That's not a summary. That's fucking back boasting. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Down
Trademarked.
came a black boast.
I don't know what that is.
Down came a black bird. Anyway, it's
that a Beatles song?
It's a bullshit summary. We don't like it. You know what? Summary writer, IMDb. Fuck you and your mom.
Let's do a quick.
Yeah.
Let's do a quick rating, 1 to 7, our traditional rating of this summary. I
One.
say it's a 1.
1.
It's a 0.5.
0.
Oh, it doesn't work that way. It's
you mean, my brother?
Yeah, it's 0.
Okay. Everyone, interesting facts.
Ooh.
Conrad rule, will you please rise for the Conrad rule?
I don't like having to stand for this thing.
Standing.
Well, I won't stand for it.
Very, very good, everyone. Interesting facts, of course, the part of the show where we peek behind the curtain of the pilot we're discussing, and you're going to find out things you didn't know just by listening to us, right? Otherwise, you're going to go watch it at face value and say, "Oh, that's that," and you walk away. No, there's more to be known, and we have it here for you. But you will not comment on these facts because they are facts. You can't change them. It's like saying, "Oh, the sky is brown." Fuck that. The sky is blue.
Just like the Go-Go said, my lips are sealed.
That's right. That's right. I love the Go-Go's. I think I take the Go-Go's and Blake will take the Bengals if I remember correctly.
Damn right. I'll bangle that shit all night long.
Driving Miss Daisy is a play by American playwright Alfred Uhry, for which he won a Pulitzer Prize in 1988.
Fact.
Fact.
Don't say anything. Just a fact. It is what it is.
That's
What else
facts
could you
of
possibly?
fact, Jack.
Yeah. Ah. Aired on CBS August 21st, 1992. Fact.
No disputing that fact.
But, you know,
Take that pin away from him.
you're really just beating
We're
the
hammering
shit
it home.
out of stars Robert Guillaume as Hoke Colburn. Are you okay?
Yeah. He was on Soap.
You remember him? You may remember him as Benson.
Yeah, Benson.
But he
Okay,
was
that's where I...
But he was on Soap, too.
Soap. That
The
was...
sequel.
No, he
No,
was
that
on
was
the
a
show.
miniseries Soap, wasn't it?
No, Soap was not a miniseries. It had B. Arthur in it. Hello.
Billy Crystal, right?
Billy Crystal. He was on there, I believe.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, you may remember him as Benson from the TV show, also named Benson. Wouldn't that be great to have a show like
Blake.
or I was going to say Clayton or Clayton, right?
Clayton.
Clayton or Elam.
Elam. He's on the Elam.
Oh, that'd be a great show, wouldn't it?
It would.
You also know him as Rafiki, the monkey with the red asshole from The Lion King.
Oh, okay.
Never saw it.
You never saw The Lion King?
No. Was he in Roots?
Probably. I think every black actor was contractually obligated to be in, even if he was just like in the back.
Hey,
What's
look
that?
my tattoo.
There's no context for that.
I know.
Also stars Joan Plowright as Miss Daisy. You may know her from the live-action 101 Dalmatians movie or the 90s film adaptation of Dennis the Menace.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I think she was Mrs. Wilson.
Yep. Mrs. Wilson.
Yep.
Fact.
Yeah, I mean, what else could you add to that? Why comment on it?
Don't
Why
need to.
Exactly. Why taint someone else's experience? He loves that. That's like
Why?
As reported on by the LA Times, a coalition of media watchdog and minority groups has launched a protest, casting a cloud over the pilot's airing and possibly jeopardizing its chances of making the CBS lineup and mid-season replacement, which we know it did. It did not make it. Leaders of the Media Image Coalition for Minorities and Women, which is endorsed and staffed by the LA County Commission of Human Relations, said the pilot is dangerous because of its depiction of what they called a weak and powerless black man waiting on an elderly white woman. So there was controversy. Yeah.
Wow.
You don't always get controversy with a pilot. It's just,
No, I don't think we've ever had a controversial pilot.
This is what this is. 4th of July rolls around, you get out your black cat, you light it, you throw it in the street. Most of our pilots are just duds. The firecracker that doesn't go off just fizzles out. Exactly.
Nothing better than racist fireworks.
Right. That's exactly
Whoa.
right.
Black cats.
We're not that kind of show.
But this one is explosive. This is the black cat that turned into an M80, right? I don't know. That's the best metaphor I have.
That's a good metaphor.
Interesting facts over.
Done.
Next section of the show is what I like to call Twitter responses.
Twitter responses. It's doubtful. Jason got some Twitter responses.
He's exactly right. I love drunken lullabies.
Hi, this is the voice from Drunken Lullabies. Do you like craft beer, indie music, pop culture, pro wrestling, and pure juvenile hijinks? Then you will love Drunken Lullabies on the FCF network. We have new episodes every Sunday, so you can spend the Sabbath getting drunk with us. So join me and my co-host Beer Mansky and our rotating cast of characters as we drink amazing beer, listen to bands we think you need to know, and laugh our asses off. Like Elvis said, 10,000 drunkomaniacs can't be wrong. Check us out on all podcast platforms and at fcfnetwork.com. May your music be loud and your beers be cold.
Find ourselves in the same old mess, singing drunken lullabies.
Ahoy, matey.
And ahoy to you, right here on the FCF network. Drunken Lullabies.
Love a good Hawaiian song.
Yeah. Ukalakalei. You know you want to lay me.
Yeah.
That's the thing to do.
That's
Tiny
the thing.
bubbles.
Sunday is the thing.
Bubbles.
Who's that? Don Ho?
Yeah.
Every Sunday, you wake up, you say, you know what? Maybe I'll do a little yard work. Maybe I'll have a beer before noon. I'm not working today. You know what? Crank up the Drunken Lullabies, right?
Thank you. It's available.
Hi,
at,
this is the voice from Drunken Lullabies. You like...
someday I'm going to fix that.
Nope.
Nope.
No, you will not. No, you will
It's
not.
gotten to the point now where I can't fix it.
Yeah.
It comes out at 5 a.m. Central Standard Time on
Wake up.
Sunday
Be
morning.
the first in line.
You know what? You drink a lot Saturday night. Get up. Get up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Download it right off the bat.
Yeah.
And enjoy your day. They also have a weekly bonus show now, where they're doing Drunk at the Movies.
Now, is this going to be a separate feed eventually?
Nope. That's way too much work.
And
And expense.
What's this come? This show here comes out
August 7th.
I'll be on that same week. I should be on Drunk at the Movies.
Really?
You're
Yeah.
an FCF Network superstar.
Yes, I should be. Should be on it that week
With who?
with me and Kevin Clark
From the Let's Try This
from
podcast.
Let's Try This podcast.
What movie you're watching?
We watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Nice.
The classic line from Beyond the Villain's Head. Drunken Lullabies. You got craft beer. You got indie music. You have interviews at breweries. You got wrestling talk, right? You have No Beer Mansky. What else do you want, right?
I think.
Amen.
Yeah, no beer Mansky.
He's not really on anymore, but Dustin, he does all the heavy lifting, and it's a good show, and you want to check it out every week.
Yep.
Every single week. Don't miss a week. Don't be a sucker and miss a week.
Sucker.
Don't be a sucker.
Driving Miss Daisy.
Break it down.
So the original one, you got Morgan Freeman, and you got Jessica Tandy, which rhymes with candy.
Yeah, well, that's very handy.
John Candy.
You guys are so dandy.
Don't be getting randy. Okay.
Oh, Sandy.
Oh, Sandy. Oh,
my God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Sandy, I'm going to take your virgin vagina.
Jeez. The director's cut. There's the reason they call it Grease, folks.
He puts it. Spoiler alert. He puts it in her butt.
Oh.
And then flies away somehow.
Stranded at the drive-in.
He flies away into the sky.
Brown did a fool.
Did you guys ever see... Now, Blake, that's got to be a hard no from you because you've never seen any movie. But Driving Miss Daisy, I personally never saw the movie.
Never saw it.
I know it's based on
I've
the
seen
movie.
bits and pieces, but never watched the movie.
Number 7 on my list. I have never saw this movie.
Okay. So I never saw it. And I don't know. I know it got awards.
Oh, yeah.
and it
Academy
was
Awards. It was very proclaimed.
Yeah, proclaimed.
acclaimed.
Acclaimed. Thank you.
Critically acclaimed. You're welcome. So that's it's just like a serious tone of the movie because it dealt with racial issues.
Sure.
But I think there was also some lightheartedness in there
Yeah,
because there's a
but
friendship between these two people.
Yeah, an old white lady and an older black man.
Yeah.
Eventually, by the end of the movie, get along.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Probably boned down.
They probably totally boned down.
But let's look past the movie. All right.
Right.
I didn't see it.
No.
He didn't see it. You didn't see all of it. Let's just go
Let's
past
go straight
it.
to the pilot.
That's fine. I just wanted to understand what people... Okay, you got something for me?
No, I'm just... The summary handled that.
Yeah. But what I was going to say there is that there's some serious tone, some heavier issues, a little bit of lightheartedness mixed in. But then this pilot we watched, this is a sitcom with a laugh track.
Yeah.
This is,
Oh, yeah. Big laugh.
I was not expecting the laugh track at all.
No, I didn't see where should be one part of the show that would have a laugh track.
No.
Mainly because it wasn't funny.
Touche.
It opens up. You got a vintage vehicle driving down a beautiful street. Very
Yeah, it's-
intentful music.
Yeah, it's the hood of the car. It's
Right.
like seeing through the driver's windshield.
Like a first-person view of a driver, right?
Like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
You know
Yeah.
what? The font was Mr. Driver's Neighborhood font.
Mr. Driver's Neighborhood?
Mr. Driving Rogers.
I would much
Listen-
rather watch that show than
Listeners, I have had some alcohol.
they're cruising down the road. You listen, I think, to the radio or something. And it says, "Hey, Atlanta, Georgia," so you know you're in Atlanta.
Yep.
Hey, President Truman, you know you're back in the 50s, right? And then you see all these beautiful homes, and then you go into a kitchen, and it looks very sitcom. You don't hear a laugh track yet, but then you got an old black man, right?
Now, I asked Blake if he noticed what the kitchen was from, and he didn't know. Did you?
This is a kitchen from something else.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Let's hear it.
It's the kitchen from the Huxtables.
What?
Yes.
Not Cosby Show.
From the Cosby Show. No.
No, it is not.
Oh, yeah. If you look back.
What?
Yeah, because they had that. Yeah. And so if you pay attention to that living room, it's decorated different, but the steps come down the same place.
That can't be right.
It's for the same network.
You got Booley, right? Booley is the son.
Yeah.
He came in the back corner of the kitchen where the Huxtables had it in the front, wasn't it?
No, there was a back. There was a back.
I don't
way.
Yeah,
know,
there was a
man.
back, yeah.
Wasn't there an island?
Yeah,
though?
and then
they took the island
but
out.
The island's out. It's replaced with that table.
There was a tropical island breeze.
Yeah. And then up in the corner, if you looked up past the
It was
refrigerator,
stairs.
there were stairs
Stairs
coming
going
down,
upstairs.
just like at the
Do you
Huxtables.
agree with this after thinking about this, Blake?
I can't dispute it. I mean, decor wise, it's different, but layout, I can't dispute it.
Huh. Well, that's very interesting.
He found
to
a
me.
pachinko machine at the bottom of the fucking ocean. I'm not going to tell him no.
Okay. Go for it.
No.
You got two black people in the kitchen.
Hey,
one's
hey,
one's a
hey.
big fat black lady. She's the
maid.
Well, she's also the maid from Billy Madison. You ever watch that show?
No.
You never seen Billy Madison?
No, I've
You've
seen
Billy.
Billy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes, she is.
Yeah, she's like,
to do that.
she's like,
Thank you. Hey, stewardess.
He's like,
thank
you know,
you. Nice
I
butt.
love snack pack. He's
Nice
like, I got
butt. I want to make sure the listeners know my stewardess has a nice butt.
what does she bring you to eat? Is that an egg
did she
sandwich?
2 egg sandwich.
What the fuck is an egg? What's
Thought
on
I
there?
saw- I thought
Is
I
it just egg and bread?
Thought I smelled what the Rock was cooking.
Egg and bread.
Is that all it is?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I don't. I've never had.
I'm
that.
watching my figure on this plane. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
They're in the kitchen, and then Mrs. Daisy's son comes in. He came here to see his mom. So these,
That was Booney?
I think it's
Boo something. It was
Booley.
Booley or
Booley.
something.
Boolie. Must be a Southern thing. They're in the
Was-
South in the 50s, 40s, or 50s, right?
I'm gonna get a little, but he was as Jew as the day is long.
I think he is a Jewish
Yeah.
fellow, that's for sure. So you got two black folks in the kitchen. They're kind of just talking back and forth. Booley comes in, and then they start talking to each other, joking around a little bit, and then you hear the laugh track. This is a sitcom.
Yeah.
It doesn't make. Why is this a sitcom?
It shouldn't be a sitcom.
It should be a single camera show
Yeah.
to me.
There's nothing comedic about him coming. I mean, there's a couple of little jokes, but he's a white guy
Yeah.
whose mother is really rich. He runs a steel mill,
He runs some kind of mill.
Yeah.
and he walks in. And there's two black guy, a black guy and a black girl, who obviously work for him.
Well, the
or his-
black lady works for his mom, and the driver of Miss Daisy, Hoke works for him.
Yeah.
So she can't fire him.
right.
Right. They're in there, and he goes in to see his mom. He says, "Hey, I've got you tickets.
She's like, "Why are you here?"
Now, I want to
Can
get
I
you
just
tickets."
come and give my sweet mother a kiss?
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah. Right off the bat,
Yeah.
I want to say that. And first of all, I want to apologize because I will be eating during this episode.
Great.
Yup.
Because of my diabetes.
Uh-huh.
But this instantly, to me, was like every conversation that I had with my grandmother in the current world.
Now, is that comforting to you to know?
No.
Okay, I didn't know if you like.
No.
I relate to this. I'm glad to see other people have the same.
I related
experience.
to it, but I was like, this is on a sitcom about a rich lady owning a black man. I'm the black man.
Yeah.
She's the rich lady. And this is how she's talking.
You're so tan anymore from all this swimming pool action. I
Thank
really
you.
feel like you are a black.
Hey, check
man.
this out. Check this out.
Yeah.
I don't. Are you naturally hairless?
Yes.
Okay.
She reminded me of my grandmother. Just the talk, the way she talked, and the hair. And
Well, she's like, he said, "Mom, you wanna go see Eleanor Roosevelt speak?" And then she kind of says no and comes up with some bullshit reason. This woman, the entire episode, anytime someone's trying to do
the
something
trolley
for
doesn't
her,
run down there.
all she does is she's just being like a teenager. She's just saying no or crapping on whatever someone says when she might full-heartedly agree with it or want to do the thing that's being offered to her, but she's just being like a little bitch all the time.
Yeah, that's
You don't want to go because I'm not going. It's not like I can just shut down the mill. and-
Yeah.
and
It was
take
like
a
my grandma.
day.
No matter what you do for my grandma, there's a complaint for it.
Well, they argue a little bit about her having the driver. She doesn't want to have the driver. She thinks she can do it on her own. She's getting up in there in age and needs some help, and she doesn't like that. But
She doesn't like having a driver because, and here's why it reminded me so much of me and my grandmother, is this lady is getting elderly, and she will not accept that she's losing some of her independence. A perfect example,
It's gotta be a tough
she
thing.
can't drive herself.
it's got to be a tough thing to accept, right? It has to be. It's tough.
I wish I could find people to do shit for me.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Well, Miss Daisy, then his son, or her son, Booley arrives, or his woman arrives. I didn't get her name.
I didn't get her name either.
His girlfriend walks in the door and
And Miss Daisy does not care for
just
her.
causing a ruckus, messing up the table.
Well,
Blah, blah, blah,
oh yeah,
blah,
she was
blah.
messing up.
Yeah, she messed up the,
the Scrabble
mahjong
table.
table. Yeah,
But here's the thing: like, it's
I think it was Mahjong.
mahjong. Yeah,
Moulin Rouge. Yeah,
Voulez-vous
her
coucher
son's
à
got
ma
this.
soirée ce
Her
soir?
son's got this girlfriend or wife. We don't know for
Don't
sure.
Right.
over the top.
Who is spending his money frivolously?
She's dressed very flamboyantly.
Right, and her mom does not like that.
Yeah.
His
Yeah, she doesn't. She
She's
doesn't
like, it's like, what do you think about my blah blah blah? And she's, I spit up.
yeah. And then she was talking about they were redoing the powder room.
Yeah.
I was like, what's a powder room?
I guess
I don't
that's
know
where
what
you go
powder
to put on your makeup.
That's where you go to do coke.
Yeah.
The couple then leaves, and then Daisy goes into the kitchen, and Hoke is in there. He's fixing the cabinets, and she's giving him a hard time.
Oh, yeah.
And Hoke knows that she doesn't want him around, but his son has hired him, and that's what he's there to do. And so she just has to get used to it. There's nothing really she can do. She's just going to bitch and complain about it, but she can't change
He basically tells her, your son hired me to do a job, and I'm not going to sit around and do nothing all day. I'm going to do things around this place.
And then Miss Daisy's like, hey, I'm getting the girls together to play Mahjong. We're going to play this Chinaman game with little
Tiles.
tiles.
She catches little joke about, do you think a bunch of
Oh yeah,
Chinese widows sit around and play poker?
Yeah.
that was good. But she's like, I don't want you to be. I don't want them to see you.
Yeah, stay behind the scenes. I don't want them to know that I need this help. Basically, they know I've got this other woman. I can't remember her name.
Is it because she doesn't?
Idella,
Adelaide, right?
Idella
or something.
Does
like
she
that.
not want them to see she has a black driver, or is it because she doesn't want them? She would be embarrassed that she has help.
I think it's the help.
I think it's the help thing.
Because I know they know that she's got a black woman already like cooking.
That's been there for like 35
That's
years.
true.
So
I'm sorry.
Hoke is no problem. Hoke is in the kitchen. He's just sitting around reading the newspaper because his job is to driving Miss Daisy, right?
Right.
But since when he doesn't do that, he's just sitting around reading a newspaper. And Daisy is just kind of, I don't want you driving me around. So he stay in the kitchen while the girls are over playing. And then you find out during this time that Hoke's wife has passed away,
sure.
Bernice.
And somehow the maid knew both of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because she talked as though she knew who.
Like
she
they
was.
went to church together, sung in the choir together.
Yep, and she's like, he lives with his daughter and his granddaughter, and then they're joking about cooking, and like, who cooks for you? You're not eating enough. You're wasting away. And they're just, I guess this is what black people talk about. I don't know. I didn't know that.
I have no idea.
I'm not black. I have no idea.
He goes into the living room, and the girls are playing mahjong and talking about pocket change, right? Just like stupid little conversation.
You know
about
how
saving
you can
money.
get free money, $100 a year?
Yeah.
2 words, pocket change.
And they just say, that's all it is. There's no real context.
No.
So they're just talking, and then
It's
it goes.
just rich women sitting
She's
around
like,
talking.
she's like, do you got change for this $1? And the Miss Daisy opens up her fucking change person, just throws all her quarters at her sister.
So then Hoke says, he's in the kitchen, and the maid's about ready to take out the tea and crumpets.
Yeah.
And it's just, super heavy. He's like, I'll get that for you. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just sitting here.
Yeah.
A lady shouldn't have to try to carry that. And she's like, oh, no, you can't go out there. And he's like, I'll fucking go out there if I want. Goes out there to Miss Daisy's astonishment that she's out there. He's out there. And then, can we just go straight to it?
It's like all back and forth. He's like flirting with the old ladies,
Well, yeah,
whatever.
he's trying to be nice. He's trying to be nice.
Right.
And honestly, it really does look like the ladies have taken a liking to
Yeah.
him. He's saying all the right things at the right time.
They're talking about Eleanor Roosevelt, and
Yeah.
this one particular old lady does not care for nosy Eleanor Roosevelt, and she says, and then all of a sudden, she goes, and plus, she's a
Wheezy.
lover, the N-word lover.
Yeah, Beulah.
Beulah says the N-word on
Oh,
what
yeah.
would be national television. She says the N-word in 1992.
And she says you're a nigger lover.
Yeah,
right?
I physically,
You could say it.
I physically gasped.
That's
when
what- that's
I heard
what she
that.
said.
I was like, whoa!
I don't say that.
Even for 1992, that was.
Look, I know my mind's back in '92, but I'm here in 2017 dropping N-bombs. The audience
Hiroshima.
gasps.
Oh, everybody does.
It kind of goes silent. The audience gasps at the situation. Beulah, rightfully so, is immediately shamed.
Did you expect her to say that? Did anybody?
No.
hear?
Oh, God,
I didn't see-
no.
I knew
Because this aired. That it wasn't like this didn't air. This aired.
there's a racial component obviously to this show, so I knew there'd be tensions. I didn't know that they would be dropping the N-bomb
Whoa,
like
I
on
know.
Black Bart,
Right.
But absolutely they did. They end the game there, and Beulah's like, they leave, and
Oh yeah, because Miss Daisy's like, you know what? She's like, basically, I'm not gonna have you talk like that in my house. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
And Beulah's like, I can, you're overreacting. She's like, you know what? Get your fat ass out of here.
Yeah.
the next day or that evening or something, Miss Daisy's making some tomato soup or making something in a big pot, and they're her and Hoke are kind of arguing.
Tomato
and he helps
jelly
her
or
out.
something
Yeah,
weird,
some kind of weird stuff. And then Bully then arrives again. He's like, "Hey, Mom, I got you those tickets to Eleanor Roosevelt." She's like, "I already bought some."
Yeah, I bought my own.
I bought my own.
And Bully's like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here." And so he hightails it out. The next scene, Miss Daisy's getting ready to go to the speech. Hoke will be driving her, of course, and they have to pick up her sister. And she gives Hoke instructions on picking her up after the speech.
Right. She's like, you have to be at the front
as soon as
it's
ends.
over because I'm not standing around in front of it. You have to be there. He's like, cool. No
like,
problem.
all right, you bitch. Just
No
relax.
problem, Miss Daisy.
I'll
no
be
problem.
right there, Miss Daisy.
They're driving along, going to pick up the sister, and Hoke is in the car drawing parallels between Miss Daisy and Eleanor Roosevelt. He thanks her for being so kind of righteous in front of Beulah after her really nasty comment. And she does some light bitching about his driving. It's always there. It's always some kind of negativity. You get glimpses of her being a good person, but she's just kind of got this shitty outer shell.
Yeah.
Every compliment is followed by 2 insults or 2
They're all
snide
backhanded.
comments.
Yeah. So they arrive at the speech, and Booley is inside with his lady, and she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Well, I had the 2 tickets. I bought them for you. I'm going to come to the thing." And then they have. Thankfully, we don't have to watch the speech. I was thankful of that. I was like, I don't want to
I
hear
was
this.
worried about it.
So it kind of cuts to after the speech, and you see Eleanor Roosevelt, and she's leaving the event, and then Hoke pulls up and
In front
kind
of her motorcade.
right, kind of to really, because he's like, I don't want Miss Daisy to get pissed, so I'm going to pull right in front of that.
Oh, yeah.
And
He pulls right in front.
Yeah.
So he pulls up, he gets out of his car, and then he gets really close access to Eleanor Roosevelt, which is surprising. That would never happen today.
No, never.
No.
He meets her and introduces Mrs. Eleanor Roosevelt to Miss Daisy.
Miss Eleanor Roosevelt has horse teeth. I don't know if
yeah.
I don't know if
this was a.
Eleanor Roosevelt really had big teeth, but this actress has
I think they
humongous
nailed
horse
it.
teeth.
This actress nailed it.
Does she look like her?
Yeah, I thought it looked like her.
I never seen Eleanor Roosevelt.
Eleanor is delighted to meet Hoke, and she's just a delightful lady in
Yes.
general, isn't she?
Yep.
Very sweet too. I mean, here's a black guy running up in front of her motorcade, jumping out of the vehicle.
That would never happen.
Yeah, and she's
no.
she's very sweet to him.
Like thankful and like
You're a great guy.
Awesome.
You're so
awesome
nice
for driving this wonderful old lady around.
They load her up in the vehicle, and she's like, "Hey, drop off my sister." And then after they did that, she's like, "Hey, you owe me an apology for what you did back there." And he's like, "What happened? I introduced you to Eleanor Roosevelt." He's like, "Well, you really embarrassed me." He's like, fuck you, you old bag." But she begrudgingly thanks Hoke for introducing her to Eleanor. They argue about the best way to get home. Mm-hmm. The end,
Oh yeah, she's
right?
like, "Don't take that way."
Right before that, it was 69 degrees.
Yes.
69 degrees. And then after the end, stay tuned for Golden Girls,
Yes.
Designing Women,
Yep.
Major Dad,
Yep.
and Bob Newhart in his new show, Bob.
Bob. That's how I knew this aired because of the commercials.
And I'll tell you
Or
why
the
it
shows.
will never air again.
Mad props.
Please remain seated as we are now
Golden
crossing
Girls.
a zone of turbulence.
I got a boner when I heard her.
Oh, so you didn't mention that, but you did hear it in the
I
show.
didn't get a chance to. I'm eating.
Thank you for eating during the show.
A shaboner.
My Shabona.
This show did not work. No. There's a plethora of reasons why.
Ooh, nice.
Thank you. One, N-word.
Yeah, I think that's the shining. That's the biggest one in the sky.
It was
right
so
there.
unnecessary.
Yeah.
It was so unnecessary.
Early 90s, broadcast television, you can't say that.
No.
If you want to see a show like that on HBO today, yeah, say it all you want. Say it as many times as a Quentin Tarantino movie. I don't care. But that doesn't play on broadcast television. And that's probably why it was dumped in this summer, August 21st.
Oh, yeah.
It's mid-season replacement my ass. This is the graveyard of television shows.
They
right?
had to bleep that out, right?
They may have.
They
I don't
may,
know.
yeah, because we called it.
Who knows?
You know what to do to. But
Why else did this not work, Big E?
it's not intended to be a comedy.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be lighthearted. I mean, yeah, but not a full blown laugh track comedy.
The laugh tracks are awkward.
This isn't the Cosby Show. This isn't A Different World. What was probably on at that time?
From where you come from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, or whatever. What was that other spin-off show?
A different world.
Was it? That's what it was called. I didn't know if that was
Another world. I think it's a different
It's
world.
the one with the guy
Take
with the
me
Dwayne
away
Wayne Paynes or whatever.
tonight.
But yeah, it wasn't. It's not a comedy.
It's
It's not Cheers. It's not.
here. It
There's
is.
no need for that laugh track.
It's another example of a movie trying to be turned into a TV show. What's going to happen? Okay, you found out that she's uncomfortable having a black driver because she is humble in a way. She's rich, but in a way she has tendencies to be humble. Automatically you have the conflict. Are they just going to bitch and moan to each other for the whole season?
For
Again,
13,
I-
13 episodes.
Not even that. That's what I was going to drive home. Again, this is a broadcast. This is like a CBS, right? So you're this sitcom. You're looking at 20 to 25 episodes a year.
yeah, that's true.
What are you going to do?
There's not
Where are
enough
you gonna go?
characters. There's not enough characters.
Where else are you going to take her?
How many different places can Miss Daisy be driven? Right?
Hoke takes Miss Daisy to the grocery store again.
It was not progressive enough. Even for 1992, it was not progressive enough for the TV audiences, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think they really. What would you have improved by this? You said adding more characters, maybe.
I'm gonna add more characters. Either make it dramatic, or make it a comedy. It's but you can't make it into a comedy because that's racist. Really, to be honest with you, that's all you're gonna do. To make it a comedy, for the 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be some joke regarding blacks and whites.
All of your humor comes from that.
Right.
Even in '92, it wasn't a good year for the blacks.
For the roasters, it was. For Kenny Rogers Roasters, great year. But
because wasn't the Rodney King thing?
That was 94.
It
I think
still would have been in that vein.
The
where,
Bronco.
Yeah, cops are always beating the black people. Always be beating them.
If this had survived, I would say that you're going to run out of steam real quick. But if it survived, maybe it turns into a buddy cop show.
Yeah.
Maybe they go out and solve mysteries together in like a Scooby-Doo kind of van. What do you got over there?
Rodney King was beat up on March 3rd, 1991.
Oh, so it's right in there. So
it's right in the wheelhouse. You cannot say the word N-word.
You can do that.
Yeah, you can't say. There's a window where you can say the N-word. This is not that time.
That window.
This is not that time. All right.
That spaceship is stuck in orbit because it's missed its window.
Let's begin our final descent. Good God.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position.
IMDb. There's 27 ratings for Driving Miss Daisy, the pilot. Biggie, what do you think IMDb rated this show?
4.
Okay.
6.5.
Holding strong with a 6.5. Blake, you win. Someone rated it's a 7.1.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is not good. This is
Stop yourself with this.
These are Benson lovers. These are some real Benson heads.
Yeah.
You know, Jerry Seinfeld was on Benson.
Was he?
Yeah, for a couple episodes.
Interesting fact.
Yeah,
we can say that now.
Critic reviews. Tom Everett from Variety says, Alfred Uhry's story of an elderly Southern gentleman and her black chauffeur set in the mid-1950s Atlanta was a Pulitzer Prize-winning stage play and multi-Academy Award-winning film. Playwright Uhry should have quit while he was ahead. This series pilot is failed in more than one sense.
Amen.
Agreed.
And that's it.
That was better than the summary.
That was way better.
That was better than the summary. You're right.
But that's it. There's no viewer reviews. Hardly any of the critics are talking about it. It's as much potential as something
taboo.
like this would have.
It's taboo.
It is a taboo kind of thing, right?
Because millions of people saw this. Potentially.
Yeah. In 1992, probably millions of people saw this. That's right. And out of all those people, they just say, wipe this from my mind, please. I cannot tolerate it.
If they listen, if we could get those millions of people to listen to Couch Pilots, they could be like, oh, yeah, that did happen that night.
Good luck trying to get that to happen. Biggie.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FCF Airport.
Press the
Local
wrong
time
button.
is 11:11 and the temperature is 69 degrees. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captains turn off the fasten seatbelt sign.
And as we land safely back onto the tarmac where DSJ has been so patiently waiting for us, we think about everything we just talked about. We think about everything we've seen.
We have absorbed everything.
Yes. Like photosynthesis, right?
I feel like I've gained weight.
Like an egg sandwich.
Yeah, just like eating 2 egg sandwiches mid-show. We have to rate this thing now. This is getting a delicious hot fudge sundae. You get the vanilla soft serve, right? You get the hot fudge. You get the whipped cream. Someone throws some peanuts on there.
Oh, don't throw the peanuts.
You
fucks it up.
You throw extra peanuts on there. You virtually cover the entire thing with peanuts.
Make it into a payday.
And then they hand it to you, and you say, "Where's my cherry? Cherry, sir. I like to have a cherry, please." And they say, "No cherry. It's all for naught. Throw it in the rubbish bin." No. This is the cherry on top. This completes the sundae, right?
Yep.
1 to 7, that's the scale based on the classic 90s television program, affectionately and accurately known as Wings. It's a 1 through 7, the 1 being the worst you can get. That's the character known as Roy Biggins. Number 7, the beautiful baby Brian Hackett. Captain Philip Restisher, I turn to Scott. How do you rate Driving Miss Daisy?
Even though it would never make it, just because, like we were saying, there's just not. You can't. Where the hell are you going to drive? Drive Miss Daisy to the moon? I don't know.
That's right.
I did enjoy it though.
He did enjoy it.
I did enjoy
Okay.
it. I actually did. I watched it once, and I watched it before I came over again. I did enjoy it. It wasn't perfect. 4.
Give it a 4. Okay. That's fair. It's right down the middle. That is a Joe Hackett. It's a respectable score, I suppose. Captain Philip, or Scott, I should say. I turned to Captain Philip Restisher. How do you?
You know, visually,
Right.
it was well done. There was a weird shot during the show where they showed his feet doing the clutch. I don't know. It was unnecessary. It really caught me off guard. I knew it would never make it a series. First of all, you say the N-word, and then all the other stuff we talked about. I did enjoy it too. Mm-hmm. I sat and I watched the whole thing. Was comfortable. I give it a 4 as well.
Wow. Let's triple down, fellas. This is a 4 for me too. This is not terrible. It's not good, but it's not terrible, right? Like I can't see this going further, but on its own, it's a nice, comfortable slice of apple pie, right? You just eat it up. It's good. It's delicious. It's satiating. You can move on to something else, but
It's satiating.
it satiates you.
Why do you always have to fucking use such big words?
We have so many words available to us, Captain Restisher.
Then why use ones that nobody else uses?
Why let them waste and rot in the rubbish bin?
Name one fucking listener who's going to know what the definition of that word is.
I think all of our listeners are intelligent to know exactly what they are.
Tweet us, because I don't believe
Tweet us at #satiate.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, if you spell it right, great.
Yeah, and
Very
then it was in
good.
the same vein of like a lot of the other sitcoms that were during that time. Like the same kind of, like I was saying. I mean, I might be wrong. It might be just something I remember seeing in my mind about the set. But the set was familiar. It was a living room and a kitchen, and that was all. That's all you saw in a car. And
That's a lot of what sitcoms are, and I think were then is giving you things that formulas and things you're familiar and comfortable with.
it was take this formula and do Driving Miss Daisy.
It wasn't horrible.
No,
it wasn't horrible.
It wasn't. It wasn't very good. It wasn't very bad. And with that, we close the book on Driving Miss Daisy, never to be mentioned again. But join us next time, won't you please, when we watch the pilot episode of Legally Blonde. Here's a little something to wet your whistle. Elle Woods, a Barbie doll, reaches out for her dreams of becoming a lawyer. You can find the entire episode by subscribing to Couch Pilots in iTunes or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or download the app for Daily Motion and check out all of the commotion.
And I'm going
do
to
the locomotion.
I'm going to give you guys a little teaser.
Okay.
Legally Blonde next week. Tune in. A Couch Pilots first.
Couch
That's all I'm saying.
Pilots.
A Couch
first.
Pilots
all I'm
first.
saying.
I'm not sure what this means.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I love mystery, but more than mystery, what I love is CouchPilotspodcast.com. Go there. Every single way to reach us is sitting right there. You got your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, your other ones. They're all right there. Or
Listen to the show there.
yeah.
That was the other thing that you created.
What's
the
that?
one-stop shop.
Yeah.
I did create the phrase one-stop shop a while back. Yeah, no one had ever said that before me. CouchPilotspodcast.com is your one-stop shop. That's kind of like, it's like a Walmart, right? Mm-hmm. If it's not at Walmart, you don't need it. Go to Walmart. It has everything you have. Go to CouchPilotspodcast.com. It's got everything you need. All of our shows are there. It's all free, all fun. And if that's not enough for you, pick up your goddamn phone and call 910-PILOTS-1. That's 910-745-6871. Call into our hotline. It be blingin', right?
Pick up the phone.
That's right. Pick up the phone. Pick it up, won't you?
Pick it up.
Leave us a message. Any way you contact us, you're going to garner some frequent flyer points, and hopefully enough to satiate you.
God damn it.
Not emaciate you.
No, absolutely not. That's the complete opposite.
Only if you're jerking me off.
Not sure how that works. FCFnetwork.com.
I'm not sure what emaciate means.
I think it's like when you don't eat and you waste away.
That was totally wrong.
Why don't you steal away?
FCFnetwork.com. That's our home base. CouchPilotspodcast.com. That's everything for Couch Pilots. But if you want everything for the network, you go to FCFnetwork.com. There's an array of wonderful shows there, all free. A bunch of archive stuff there you can check out, all free. Check it out, won't you? Incredible content. I got to say, Scott, thank you so much for being on the show
Definitely.
today.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Scott.
Thank you.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I did. I always have a good time. I miss my podcasting family.
Well, we miss you too, and I will say that we're very excited coming up to CouchCon to see the show that you put on, this documentary that
The
you're
behind the
debuting.
scenes stuff,
Yeah.
the underwater footage. I've seen some of it. It's all HD. It's
All shot with an Android phone, just like DSJ.
and the GoPro
Yeah.
and the GoPro
And the
from
GoPro,
his,
yeah.
hanging from
Your
his balls.
nutsack GoPro.
My nutsack GoPro.
That's right.
Down low, pro, go, homo.
Nutsack GoPro. Nutsack GoPro.
It's gonna be an epic event.
Yeah,
It's gonna be so many people are gonna be there.
great plug.
Get your tickets now, folks.
Yep.
They're running out. Captain Philip Rust, or anything else that you'd like to say to our frequent flyers before we go today?
No, I usually don't say anything on this part, but I just want to thank all the fans that have been sharing both on Twitter and both on Facebook, and like Big E posted on a Facebook group. It really does make a difference. We, just to say in a 3-day period, we got 150 more downloads because of just a couple people sharing it.
Yeah.
We're going to talk on the fan feedback from the next episode. More people shared it. I can't wait to see how that handles. But if you share it, they will come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say,
Are you having fun? Are you having fun listening to this?
I do.
If you're having fun fucking listening to this, why wouldn't you tell people about
buddy.
it?
Whoa.
Google fucking tell people about it.
Google Play posts this a little bit later than it would on anything else. I don't know why. I know you posted at like 5-something in the morning.
5 a.m. Central Standard Time.
For some reason, it doesn't come out on Google Play till like 7 or 8 o'clock.
Fuck Google Play.
But that's when I listen to it every Monday.
Fair enough. This pilot may have been rough, but it's always a smooth flight here on Couch Pilots. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
On behalf of Couch Pilots and the entire crew, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.
This has been a Fakakta Comedy Funhouse production, produced by Jason Tosher, executive produced by Blake Clayton. For more information and content, go to fcfnetwork.com.